Hello, everyone. Welcome back to Inside the Crusader, your go-to for all things Crusader athletics. I'm Dylan.
And I'm Luke. We're happy to have you to break down the pre-game action. How are you doing today, Dylan?
I'm doing pretty good. But before we begin, we want to give a birthday shout-out to our director for today's coverage, Miss Capon. So happy birthday. Hope you have a great day so far.
Happy birthday, Miss Capon.
All right, so let's begin. So the first thing I want to talk about is the recap of their previous game. So the 56A girls played St. Charles Hawks, where they lost in 2 sets. So, not the best performance, but they could work on that.
That's all, yeah.
But some key plays that I saw when I watched the live stream back is that, when I was watching it, I saw Lorelai. She had a handful of good serves in the second set because, they're losing. So they have to, lock in and then get those good serves.
Yeah. When I was watching the game back, I saw Lorelai hit a handful of good servers in the second set to try to help and keep her team in the game.
That is really needed,
great.
When you're down a set, you really need that to get back.
You need everyone. You need all hands on deck. I mean,
yeah.
It's a team effort. Volleyball, especially.
All right. So for today's upcoming game, they are playing St. Mark. And when I was watching the pregame, I saw a couple improvements, from serving, hitting the ball off the ground, and I could tell they were working really hard in practice, to fix those issues that they had last game.
Yeah. St. Mark has a 2-0 start to the season as of now. So St. Mark has beaten Immaculate Heart in 3 sets and Holy Name in 2 sets. That's pretty good. That's a pretty good lead.
Yeah, that's pretty good. 3 sets. You beat them twice. That's really good. Then you sweep in another team, and that's already really good if you do that.
Yeah.
It's gonna be a hard opponent. For the Crusaders, but I feel like if they work really hard enough, fight hard enough, I think they'll come out on top here.
Absolutely. It'll be a good win for the Crusaders to pick up their first win. I mean, it will be great to get their first win.
It'll be some great momentum, midway through the season. If they just get this win, I think it'll be an excellent season forward.
Yeah, to grab the win tonight, they'll need to keep their passes clean. But communication, that's very important. Communication's key in volleyball.
Oh yeah, I agree with you. So that's going to go ahead and wrap it up for our pregame show. We'll be back after the game for our thoughts postgame.
You won't want to miss it. Good luck, Crusaders.
I think this is like my 31st year here at St. Michael's. And then I also coach high school volleyball, and I'm in my 14th year of coaching high school. In the past few years, we've only been able to have like one team, and we had kids from 8th grade, sometimes all the way down to 5th grade, all on the Cadet A team. And so now finally, some of those guys who were 5th graders playing with me 3 years ago are now finally 8th graders, and they'll be in their 4th year playing with me. And I just enjoy the way that they've progressed, and they've matured in playing volleyball, and they've gotten better and better each year. I have 7 8th graders on the team, and I've never had that before. Last year we had 2. I think the year before that we had a couple. And I have 1 7th grader. So in terms of experience in volleyball, I've got more girls that have more experience playing than I've ever had in the last number of years. We start with basics each year because we're only in our 2nd week of practice, but we work on passing, we work on serving, we've worked on hitting a little bit. Today we worked on serve-receive, where everybody needing to know exactly where they need to be when the other team is serving the ball to us. I think the fact that I have so many girls that have been playing in this gym for so long, and they know each other very well, and they enjoy each other's company, and they enjoy being teammates with each other, that they really meld together very well. And I think that's going to be one of our strong points. Well, I have high expectations because we have so many 8th graders for once. And it's hard to tell because you never know. We don't even know yet which division we're going to be in. Sometimes we're in a division that are schools that have about the same size as we do. Last year we were up in a division with really big schools, and it was very difficult to compete with them because we had younger kids on the team too. So if we end up in a division with schools of our size and about the same type, then I think we should do very well.
Welcome to the St. Michael versus St. Mark 56A girls volleyball game joined tonight by
Timoshe Alashakim.
How are you doing tonight, Timoshe?
I'm doing pretty well. How about you?
I'm doing pretty well myself. Thank you for asking.
Of course.
Soon enough, both teams are going to meet at the middle and give each other high fives, wishing each other a clean game. 0-player lineups for tonight. We have number 40, KB, number 9, Aurora, number 11, Lorelai, number 12, Alice C, number 18, Alice E, number 6, Reese, number 14, Isabella, and number 7, Kate.
As we start the game, how do you think this game's going to go, Nick?
I think this game is going to be pretty good for the Crusaders. I didn't see much out of their practice, but I think from what I did see, I think it's a pretty evenly matched game. This could go to a third set, and soon enough we'll get the referee to get on the podium and get this game started.
Yeah, I agree. I think that it's, like you said, probably going to be a evenly matched game with a third set, but I don't know yet because that game hasn't started. So we'll hopefully get to that when the referee gets to the podium and starts the game. It looks like the other team is starting with the ball, so I'm excited to see how this game goes. Number 55 is serving for St. Mark's Lions.
This is to once. That drops again. Serve there. Isabella missed it. That serve is crushed, and it's another one for St.
It is now 6-0 as the Lions take on quite a lead.
Here's 55, and that'll drop again. And timeout for the Crusaders, so we'll be right back after this.
Tradition and excellence since 1954, St. Michael Catholic School provides a faith-based education from preschool through 8th grade, with a strong academic curriculum, integrated technology, numerous extracurricular activities, and multiple community outreach programs. Our students graduate as responsible leaders, prepared to excel in high school and beyond.
St. Michael Catholic School prepared me for my future by laying a solid foundation of faith and academics, instilling in me qualities for lifelong learning.
In fact, students who attend Catholic schools perform higher on standardized tests, and are more likely to attend college. Students of all denominations are welcome. Schedule a tour to learn more about St. Michael Catholic School, where Christ comes first.
And welcome back to this first set of 56A girls volleyball. The score is Lions 7, Crusaders 0. Here's a serve from 55. Missed. Here's another serve from 55. Isabella Lorelei hits the net. 9-0. Katie gets to Lorelei, and that'll drop.
The Lions are taking quite a lead against the Crusaders.
There's a serve, and it goes out.
That is a point for the Crusaders.
And we have a substitution here. Number 55 is going to come out. Number 10 will come in for St. Mark.
Lorelei is taking the serve for the Crusaders.
Here's the serve. That will go
Out of bounds.
Side. That went out of bounds. Almost took the ref. Point to the Lions there.
Number 5 on the Lions is taking the serve.
St. Mark with the serve. That is out of bounds. Sent out of bounds. That is going to be sent. Lorelei. Reese is going to get it out of bounds. It is 14-2.
Another point for the Lions.
That is sent over the other side. Breeze tried to tip it over. Got past her hand. 16-2. That is dropping.
Only 9 more points for the Lions to win this set. Looks like a substitution.
Yeah, substitution for the Crusaders. Aurora is going to come in and Kate will take a seat. And Aurora is going to serve here. That is over. Can Lorelei get there? Yes, she can. That is going to be back and forth. Katie missed it.
For the Lions, number 80 is taking the serve.
That serve is sent. That is going to be over. And that is going to go just over the net. And it's an 18-3 game. That is...
Will hits it. That's a point for the Crusaders.
That drop sends the 4th point in this set for the Crusaders. And we're going to have another substitution. Alice E. will come into the game, and Isabella will come out. And we have another one for St. Mark. Number 46 will come in as number 80 takes a seat.
Yup.
This is 46 got 2. Here's 7. That is over. And that is saved. St. Mark is going to get a 19th point. They only need 6 more.
Looks like number 6.
That is sent over and here's the serve. That is just over the net. No one got to it.
We only need 4 more points to win.
And the Crusaders are going to call a timeout. We'll be right back after this. And welcome back to this first set, 56A girls volleyball. It's 21-4 in favor of the Lions here.
Number 11 is taking the serve. Good hit.
More or less sends it right out of bounds.
Only 3 more points and the Lions win this set.
And that's going to be out of bounds. Maybe they're going to give it to him. Are they going to redo it? No, they're going to redo it.
I thought the ball was already out and hit the ground, so we're going this way. Over here. Sir.
So this was a little inadvertent there. The referee thought the ball was already foul. So they're going to give the point to the Crusaders.
5-22, and it looks like Katie is taking the serve.
That was 6. That is going to be right back. That was East. Sets it up, and that is out of bounds. That could have, if it was powerful enough, it could have probably went up here to where Tunche and I are sitting calling this game.
Oh yeah, most definitely. Number 7 is sitting for the Lions. That could not make it over the net, so that's a point. Substitution.
That is Kate coming in, Aurora taking a seat.
Looks like Clossie is taking the serve.
That
Nice serve.
And Allison gets it out of her hands.
Only one more point and the Lions win this set.
24-6. That is set. Drops. St. Mark is going to take this first set here. 25-6. We're right back for the second set after this.
Yes.
And welcome back to this 56A second set. If you haven't already, now is a good time to go follow the St. Michael Twitter where we post updates about the school.
We are now on our second set for the 56A girls volleyball team, and it looks like Lorelai is taking the serve.
And here's the serve from Lorelai. That is going to be immediately sent back, and it'll drop. there. That is going to drop. Reese tried to tip it over to Alice C so she could hit it over, and she couldn't get there. That is a roar there. Can't quite do enough on it. That is... Here it is. Reese sets it up for somebody and it falls out of bounds.
But that is a point for the Lions.
That was a fairly good rally I saw there, and 6-0 Lions. That is gonna drop.
Good try for Lorelai, just couldn't make it happen.
That is going to be hitting the net. It's 8-0.
Good hit by Alice Crossley.
Yeah, that's going to be tipped over. Alice E sends it the other way. That'll be sent right back. Isabella missed it. Give him 9.
It looks like just as the last set that the Lions are quite a distance between them and the Crusaders, score-wise.
That first set score was St. Mark 25, St. Michael 6. That one's going to be the 10th consecutive point for St. Mark in this set. Comes a serve from number 10. That is Lorelai with it. Reese hits it over. That is going to be drops.
That's the 11th point for the Lions. And again, number 10 is serving it.
This is out of bounds. That's 12. And St. Michael calls a third timeout tonight. We'll be right back after this.
At St. Michael Catholic Church, we are committed to loving Christ more by growing in faith, building disciples, and serving all.
A pillar in the Hancock County community for over 150 years, St. Michael Catholic Church brings families together, welcoming to everyone. St. Michael Catholic Church offers many ways for parishioners to get involved, including classes, ministries, missions, and volunteer opportunities. With a grade school, a high school youth group, a young adults program, and a senior ministry, there's an opportunity for all ages to feel at home. To learn more about our parish, please join us for Mass during the week or on weekends. St. Michael Catholic Church, a spiritually centered community for all.
Welcome back.
Welcome back to this 56A girls volleyball game. That's another point to St. Mark, and that is 13 straight.
Yeah.
Rough second set here for St. Michael as number 5 will come into this game for St. Mark. Number 11 will take a seat here.
If you're just joining us, this is the second set, and the Lions have won the last one, 25-6. So it looks like they are quite ahead on this one. So good luck to the Crusaders.
Here's the serve. That's Alice C, and it's under the net. Number 10 has been serving for probably 10 times in a row. That goes into the bleachers. Make it 15.
It's a substitution.
We have a double substitution here.
No, sorry.
Alice E, excuse
Yes.
me, will come out, and same with Aurora. Kate and somebody else came into the game. That would be Katie.
Katie and Kate.
That is out of bounds. And the first time all set with 15 points, St. Michael has gotten a point.
Yep.
There goes the shutout for that set. Katie will get the serve. First serve of the set here. And that is going to just be bounced around. Reese, that's barely over.
That's the second point for the Crusaders.
Good hit there by Reese, and that'll set up Katie for another serve.
Yeah, I agree.
That sent to the net. That is sent.
I'm sorry, I'm going to redo that. I put my wrist way too quick. I'm going to redo that, sir.
Yeah, they're going to redo that serve.
That is another point for the Lions.
17-2. That is make it 18.
Yep. Only 7 more points, and then they win this
Katie
game.
hits it out of bounds. 6 more points. This 55 will come back into the game. Number 10 will sit down for the rest of this one more than likely. Here's a serve. That is
Number
set right down by
20
Kate.
for Lions. 5 more points to go, and they win this game.
This gym is probably the quietest I've ever seen it.
Yes.
It's 20-2. 21-2.
Yeah.
And that hits the net. We're gonna get some life into these fans here. This is one last time out, so we'll be right back after this.
of the
Yeah,
second.
that one just went out of bounds. It's 22-3. Reese will step up to serve.
Got 4-22. Reese is serving it again.
That goes out.
That's 23-5. Only 2 more points and the Lions win. Isabella hits it by serve. As Posse hit it back, and
they're going to send it. It is going to be out of bounds. 1 more point
until the Lions win this game.
Given the circumstances of the score here, I think it's pretty safe to say this game is going to go to St. Mark. But that's going to drop. St. Mark takes this one.
Yep.
25-6.
Just like it was in the first set.
So, Teacher, what did you think about this game?
I think it was obviously a tough competition for the 56A team, but I think they tried their hardest, and it seems like they have fun. So I think that's a win in our book.
Yeah, honestly, I have to agree. This is a very tough opponent here for this 56A team. There were, I have to say, quite a few mistakes from the Crusaders, but they can easily be made up. It's definitely okay to make mistakes. Everyone does them all the time. So, yeah. So, thank you all for joining us on the live stream. Make sure to like and subscribe, and also don't forget to check out some of our other content on the channel. But we're not signing off just yet because we have the Inside the Crusader post-game show. It's hosted by Dylan and Milk.
Hello everyone, welcome back to Inside the Crusader, your go-to for all things Crusader athletics. I'm Dylan.
And I'm Luke. We're here to break down this past game for you. Dylan, your thoughts on the game?
No, it wasn't the best. You know, they have a lot of rooms of improvement, but some things I did see though is that their serving accuracy, in my opinion, looked a lot better than, last week and you can easily tell that, they've been working on that in practice.
Absolutely. Absolutely. The first round was not the best, but I feel like the coach motivated his team to make it a much closer round.
Yeah,
the second round.
Yeah, they got some more extra points towards the end.
Yeah.
Now, I also saw some opportunities where communication would have helped a lot. For example, a collision of two girls, when neither called the ball for the ball.
And they crashed into each other. That's why communication, I think almost practicing communication in their practices could be very important as much as actually practicing the game.
Because, if you collide, you're not gonna, no one's going to get the ball and then it's going to hit the floor. That's a point for the other team.
Yeah. I mean, making sure the ball connects when you go to hit it. I mean, I saw a lot of balls barely tipping off the girls' hands. Like, they go to hit it, and it just bounces off.
Yeah, maybe you want, I guess, a little higher up in the arm. I'm not the most educated in volleyball,
Me
but,
neither. Me neither.
I feel like just work on, hitting it in practice, and I feel like, that'll help
Powerful
your
hit.
team a
Deliver
lot
'em.
better.
Go through it. Yeah, I agree.
Yeah. What are some other things that you saw?
I saw some amazing dives for the ball, especially from the
Oh
right.
yeah. You got to save that ball, when it comes to dire situations. Like, you're about to lose the game, and, you just got to sometimes commit and, dive for the ball.
And, pass it off to her teammates. Like Lorelai, she did some great. That was great.
Yeah, that was great. She also had some great serves towards the end there.
Yeah, absolutely. Absolutely, she did.
I also saw some amazing, powerful hits, when they were serving. And I think it's important to practice that power when they go over for the ball.
Yeah, power training in practice.
Oh, yeah.
Because, I mean, if you're back in, like, the back line, you want to get a big, powerful hit to get back over the net.
Yeah. You want to get in the perfect spot. You want it, like, in my opinion, I feel like you would want it really close to the net. So I feel like it's a lot harder to hit it back over because if you hit it in the back, it's a lot easier. They have a lot more room and they don't have a net to hit it right over. But, when they're in front, it's a lot harder to set it up and then hit it back over.
I agree. Right at that net, they don't have as many people. The front line then has to move forward.
Yeah. And, I feel like some things they need to work on is when, the ball's like hit really hard or spiked into their, area of the, court. I feel like it's a lot harder for them to, they struggle a little bit on the end of hitting it back over. And I feel like, that could be easily fixed in practice, but if they do fix that, that'll be a lot easier for them to score more points, prevent more points to be scored on them, and that'll be a lot better on their overall game.
I mean, yeah, returning the ball over, that's a key part of playing the game. You gotta return it back over.
So their next game, the 56B, they take on Holy Name October 17th, 27th at 6 p.m. and it's an away game.
Yep. And our next broadcast will be on November 6th at 6 p.m. Make sure to tune in.
So I'd like to thank you, Luke. And that's it for today's episode of Inside the Crusader. Make sure you like, subscribe, and follow us on all of our social media for the latest sports and school info.
We'll be back soon with more Crusaders sports action.
Until then, my name is Dylan, and this is Luke. We appreciate you tuning into today's coverage, and good night from STM.